Hey guys, Dave GDM here. Welcome back to another episode of Felsbrunn. Now, first off, I'm a complete idiot. So, I recorded episode 3 of this, and I thought that my recording software was working through my microphone. Well, it turns out it was working through my shitty-ass computer one. I apologize for that. But, yeah. So that's why the sound quality was so terrible on that. I thought it was recording through my new microphone, and it wasn't. So it sounds awful. So this one is done through the microphone. And I adjusted the settings a little bit so it wasn't like blowing out your eardrums if you had headphones on, which that one would have. So again, I apologize for that. Anyways, let's get back to the farm of this and I guess sell some more stuff. Make some more money. So, I need to find a place to store my straw bales for now, until we get cows. Because I'm not going to sell any straw, because I'd rather keep it for the cows, because I hoard straw and stuff like that. I don't know why, but I've decided that's what's happening. So when we get enough money for a bale, oh my gosh, a bale thingy-majig. I'm not going to remember the name now, am I? First, I screw up the microphone for an entire 20 minutes and an episode, and now I can't remember what I'm trying to say. A bale, autoloader, that's it. One of, where is it? It's a mod. It's here somewhere. Well, before I crash. Or drive into someone's corn. Well, guess I'm going this way. Not my intention, but I guess that's what's happening now. Totally unrealistic, but whatever. And you could probably do this in a tractor. You probably wouldn't want to. Unless it's like really nice flat ground. But, whatever. Let's see if I can actually find what I was looking for before. Not this, but we may end up getting that at some point. I want to give that a try to the Deutz-Fahr there, which I haven't really touched before. That's kind of cool. Anyways, I'm rediscovering some of the mods that I downloaded a long time ago and never touched. This is an amazing baler. I don't know if I necessarily want to use it on here, but I will definitely be using it on Ravenport when I do that. This New Holland one, I don't think I've tried yet, and I probably won't use, just because it doesn't have a bale thrower, I don't think. If it did, that would be a different oh, here we go. This thing. The Ursus. I'd like to buy it, because I know we're going to be using it a lot, so I don't really want to rent it. I could just take out a loan, but I'm going to sell all the stuff that I can. And the birds are going off. Again, I'm recording this outside just because people are inside trying to sleep and I don't really want to bother them. So for a lime spreader, we could go with that. Let's see here. What will take lime? So this is the smallest in-game one, but let me see. I'm just going with the smallest because it's probably going to be the cheapest. That's a Syntrack thing. I'm pretty sure this should be a Horsch. Oh, maybe not. I thought Horsch made those. It's 36, 26. So this is going to be the smallest one. It's going to support lime. Looks like a Russian thing. Russian creation. Russian farming things. Russian tractors especially, like, during the Cold War era, they would use whatever they had, because during that, like, after World War, even during World War II, I think, like, Cold War to after, World War II to after the Cold War, they didn't really have things, so they have all these insane, like, farmers would build their own tractors, like, it's genius what they did. sell some canola here. This is, give me a really good money booster. But they would build their own, like, tractors and dozers, and it's pretty cool. If you look up some videos on YouTube, this has to go over to the grain elevator east. I mean, they put a tractor together with whatever scrap iron they had laying around, and they pretty much built the things, as far as I know. I mean, I've seen some pretty crazy, homemade Russian mods. I don't know what they're called or what they say, because the names are in Russian, or it's one of those languages that has a few characters that are English, and then the rest are just Russian-looking characters. So we have to take this canola to the grain elevator east. Now, despite me having the Platinum Edition for quite a while with the whole Claas thing, I don't think I touched this tractor once. Except for driving it over to the farm. I haven't gotten the chance to use this yet. So I'm really liking it. I think I think it's a great tractor. I like it. And I'm definitely going to be able to find a use for it. For sure. More bikes and mopeds, of course. I should have predicted this, so I apologize, guys, for all the background noise, off the road. Despite the fact that I'm in the country, people still like to, take these roads and then use their, I have a loud exhaust car. And then, yeah. I mean, that was an issue when I was in the city as well. But just because you have a fast car and a loud exhaust doesn't mean you need to show it off at 2 in the morning. Granted, it's only 10, but still. When I was in the city, I had a side road that was a hill, and people would go up that with their bikes, with their cars, at, 2:30, 3 in the morning. Anywhere from like 12 o'clock to 3:30 in the morning. And they would go up at like 60 miles an hour with their exhaust just blasting. Or with their engine just, revved right up. Their super loud straight pipe exhaust, that they put on the car. It's like, let's go show this off because we're so cool. We have a loud exhaust on our cars. We're gonna go annoy people at 3 in the morning. Ha ha ha! So funny. Yeah, it was pretty annoying. Granted, I was playing Minecraft on my dad's iPad in bed at that time when I shouldn't have been, but things we all did as kids that we probably shouldn't have done. We've all done plenty of them, and that was one of mine. So I'd just be sitting there playing Minecraft, and these idiots would go racing by on their bikes. Anyway, that's almost $26,000 worth of canola, so perfect. Alright, now let's get this back to the farm, and I think we can finally afford our automatic bale loader, and let's get the lime spreader first. Sorry, I just needed a drink of cream soda. Great stuff. Anyway, that's $27,000. Oops. And our bale thingy-majig. Yeah, no, I'm not doing that. Our bale thingy-majig. Oh my gosh. Alright, so that's $40,000. So I guess we're just going to have to sell more crops. So again, I apologize for another... Oh, that's brilliant. Brilliant. No one says that. That's great. I love the, I love that neutral. I like how the stuff in the cab moves. That's honestly great. I mean, we had mods back at 15 that did that, but it's really great that, that finally happens base game. Alright, now I need to cause a problem for a minute. Or, not cause a problem, but solve a problem. So, recently on Instagram, the Farming Simulator Instagram page, they put out a bunch of screenshots of, some new tractors and some new buildings and stuff that are coming, as well as the whole I better look this up. I think it's Elm Creek. So if I get a second, I will look that up. Mosquito, go away. Anyways, they put up some screenshots, and people went absolutely ballistic in the comments. And just slamming the game because the graphics don't look better than 19. First of all, they do. But I think all they really did was tweak the lighting a bit. So the graphics look a little better, but for the most part, they look the same. Like, some of these shadows and stuff can be very harsh, and the contrast, I think, is a little off. So I think they fixed that, but they didn't, like, overhaul the graphics like they did from 17 to 19, or even, 15 to 17. They definitely changed the graphics and textures. Well, maybe not changed the graphics as much, but they definitely changed the textures on the vehicles and the roads, and added sound when you drove on gravel and stuff like that, which was a great improvement over whatever they had before, in 15, which was the first like PC Xbox version that I played. I mean, I started off playing FS14 on an iPad, believe it or not. So how I got into this game was I had a friend, and he played 13 and 15 and stuff, and he would always tell me, like, oh, go check out this farming simulator game or whatever. I was like really big into Minecraft at the time, and I mean, I still play it here and there, but not as much. I definitely don't follow it half as much as I did then. But yeah, so I would, play Minecraft and stuff, and I wasn't really interested in trying other games for the most part. I played a few other iPad games and stuff, like Heyday, and what was Deer Hunter. That was another one I played quite a bit. I still play that here and there. Same with Heyday. Like CSR Racing and stuff. I don't know if anyone remembers that or ever played that. Let me go get our lime spreader here. So I don't know if anyone really played that, but I did as a kid. Anyways, I would I'd always say, like, oh yeah, well, maybe when I get some time I'll check it out or whatever. And whoa, eventually I got FS14, I believe. Yeah, well, no, I don't think I looked it up on YouTube before that. Yeah, I got FS14, started playing that. I was awful, and I didn't. Okay, so I had a knowledge of farm equipment. I've always had a love for and knowledge of farm equipment, but I never really sat down and knew how it worked or anything like that. Like, I knew basics, but I didn't really know, like, a ton. Definitely not as much as I do now. Anyways, let's get some lime here. So, I toyed with it. It was the most unrealistic thing I've ever seen. It's by, like, 4 or something. And I could buy a forklift, but I'm just going to use R because I'm lame like that. Whoops. Anyways, like, I would, to do a field, rather than going straight lines like the worker did, which I almost never used at the time, I would just do this weird, like, squiggle around the field until I got everything, and it was terrible. Whoops, wrong button. Like, the fields looked awful, and they weren't being done properly at all. It took me like an hour to cultivate, and then like took me another hour to plant the field. It was not good, and I'm glad I don't do that anymore. Oh, I think I might have bought just the right amount of lime. Perfect. Oh, look at that, the mud flaps move. That's great, I love that. Let's hop out a minute and appreciate this spreader. Oh. So is that an in-game feature? Or is that like a mod that I have installed? Because I have like a few hundred mods installed, so I honestly forget what I have. Look at the textures though, it's so perfect. I mean, it's used, it looks homemade. Yeah, it looks like something out of, Soviet Russia. The textures are really good on this, and honestly, that animation is perfect. Or if not perfect, pretty damn good. Anyways, great, 99%. Whatever. Really? Thanks, game. Anyways, yeah, so it was just really bad. And I didn't really know how to play the game. Eventually, I just made a worker do everything because I didn't want to sit there and, whoops, again, wrong key. Thanks, keyboard. Anyways, yeah, I did pretty bad. It was pretty funny, I guess, now to look back at it and go, wow, I was a total idiot. But, you know, things happen. That's how life goes. Anyways, let's go get this working on the field, and then I will go sell those sunflowers, and hopefully I can buy the automatic bale loader. I'm probably, like, completely, botching the name, because now that I'm recording, I'm going to forget things and mess things up. You know, any day of the week I could have said that, properly. But now that I'm actually recording something, I'm going to screw it up. I can almost guarantee. Okay, that's a lot wider than I was expecting. Anyways, let's have the worker go ahead and do that. I really love that lime cart. That thing's awesome. Anyways, let's go get these sunflowers sold. This wonderful class 410 Aryan. I said Accent last time, didn't I? It's an Aryan. I'm an idiot. Anyways, 2636 at the port southeast. So we can go to the other port. Fun. Anyways, yeah, so, I played 14 for a while. I liked it. And, I thought that was pretty great at the time. Like, oh, this is really cool. You can do this on an iPad or whatever. And I thought it was good. Anyways, I got really bored one night. And my dad had given me this old computer. Well, I slept on the couch then. And he gave me this old computer that he used to use or whatever. The thing was awful. It definitely couldn't run a game. I don't even think it could run like FS09. It was that old and terrible. Like, I really don't think that game would have run. Anyways, I was bored one night. I'm like, I can't sleep. It's like 1:30 in the morning. I'm bored. I'm going to look up Farming Simulator videos because, they might be on there. So I did. I'm pretty sure one of the few, thumbnails that I saw on there, I'm pretty sure it was one of, like, Daggerman's Woodside Farms, because I remember it was a John Deere tractor with something on, I think it was a fertilizer spreader, and it had, like, driven through, like, a mud pit or something like that. I don't really know. So I'm like, oh, okay, this looks interesting. I'm like, well, are there John Deeres in the game? Because if so, I might want it, because, John Deere is awesome. Because, I've always liked John Deere. Always will. So, anyways, I'm like, okay, well, let's start looking at a few videos here. Now, I've always been a fan of, like, series videos rather than one-offs, like what the squad does. Doesn't really have, well, I don't think they're necessarily one-offs, but they're not, like, series videos, if you know what I mean. Anyways, I was, interested, so I'm like, okay, well, let me type in FS15 episode 1. So I found, some guy who did, like, 9 episodes on Bjornholm or something. And I thought that was great, and I didn't realize at the time that, A, you could really have mods, and B, I didn't realize that there was 2 maps that you could choose from at the time, Westbridge Hills and Bjornholm. So I'm like, okay, so this must be the map that you can use. And eventually I found out later that there was mods and you could choose maps and stuff. I'm like, oh, wow, that's weird, because, the thought of being able to choose a different map to play on was completely foreign to me, because FS14, you just had the FS14 map, whatever it was called. Nostalgia, I guess? I really don't know. Anyways, so, I started watching. I'm like, oh, this is very different, because, I had expected it to be more like FS14, and it was nothing like it. It was completely different, and I thought it was the greatest thing ever. After, I think I probably spent about 5 hours watching FS15 Bjornholm videos. Eventually I found TCGG Rob and watched his entire, who's gone off of YouTube now, I think. But I watched his entire 40-episode Bjornholm series, and I loved it. Also, what was completely foreign to me was YouTubers that would like play on a map and then end it after 30 episodes. I'm like, well, why wouldn't you keep going until at least the end of the game? Because, like, you know, a lot of the Minecraft stuff I watched, like, it didn't stop. You didn't end and go to a different map. You know, you kept going, or you might, well, what Dan TDM did, which was the Diamond Dimensions, was the one I really liked, and still do to this day. I'm rewatching it now just for nostalgia purposes. But yeah, again, one of those people. But, like, he kept the Diamond Dimensions going. You know, apart from the one time he really did completely restart. But even then, it was the same series. You know, I wasn't used to that. Oh, what are you blocked by? Oh, okay. That's what. So I better stop you there, or else you're going to keep going and cause a problem. Anyways. Like, yeah, he did, like, restart once, I think. But for the most part, he kept the same stuff. But, like, he would, in, like, same house and stuff, but he'd, like, move around the map anyways. Like, move maps and, like, copy and paste. I still don't know how he did that to this day. And honestly, at this point, I don't really care anymore. I'd like to find out, but it's not high on my priority list. Anyways, as I was saying, before I went off on rabbit trails, as always, what was I saying? Great, I'm gonna completely forget now. Oh yeah, the thought of YouTubers like switching, you know, after 30 episodes and just completely stopping the series was so foreign to me. I was really confused. I'm like, why would you do that? That's stupid. Just keep going. Like, what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to keep this thing going until FS22 comes out. Like, I'm not stopping after, you know, 40 or 60 episodes. I'm going to keep going, you know, hopefully past a few hundred, if I can continue this throughout the summer without losing interest again. Anyways, yeah, so I was very confused about that. But, you know, when FS15 came out, just the entire time it was there, I thought it was the greatest thing ever. Like, I thought that game was so good, and I think we all did. Especially the people who played, like, 13. Excuse me. Especially the people who played 13 or 11, or even better, FS08. So I'm gonna sell the rest of my corn here just to get the few $1,000s I need. So corn sells best at $333, and that's $360. So the grain mill, which is over there. Again, I apologize for 20 minutes of just selling crops and having to listen to me talking, but we'll get the bale thing and we'll get some bales moved. So yeah, I mean, I thought it was the greatest thing ever. Especially once I found out you could have mods for everything on planet Earth. It's like, oh my gosh, the graphics are great, the physics are so great. Like, you know, I didn't think you could do that in a video game. Like, again, just that whole idea of any of that being possible was so foreign to me at the time. You know, I just thought it was the best thing in the world. And I played 15 for hours on end, thinking it was absolutely wonderful. And honestly, I still think it's a pretty good game for its time. Obviously, it's nothing compared to 17 and 19. I remember, again, at the time, you know, switching games was a foreign thing to me. Like, that wasn't something that happened, because I didn't play series games for the most part. Like, I played, you know, Minecraft, and that was about it. And, you know, you get updates and get new stuff, but, like, you didn't have, like, a Minecraft 2020, Minecraft 2022, or 23, or like Car Mechanic Simulator, Farming Simulator. I think Euro Truck Simulator is the same way. With, like, I don't know that for sure. I'd have to look at it. It may not be. I haven't ever touched the game, or really watched it for that matter. I don't know if that's a series game or not. It might be, but it also might not be. Anyways, just switching games, like, that wasn't, like, something that I really thought about. So, when FS17 was announced, I'm like, well, I'm just going to keep playing 15. I don't think I'm really going to get 17. I might get the one after that. I might get 19, but I'm going to stay with FS15. Well, that quickly changed as soon as I saw some of the, screenshots and especially the videos showing FS17. I'm like, well, I think I'm going to get this. Because again, the whole one world thing, my plan was just stay on Bjornholm and kind of play that forever throughout my farming simulator career. Well, again, that didn't happen. Because I wouldn't be here doing this, making this video. I'd be making some Bjornholm video, which is way outdated. So I'm going to go this way home, I think, even though it's a little longer. Some sightseeing for anyone who hasn't seen the map. But to be honest, if you're playing FS 19, I didn't need that long space there, but if you're playing FS 19, you've seen Felsbrunn at this point, unless you're brand new to the game. Whoop, which some people are. Unless you're brand new to the game right now, which honestly, this is kind of the same time that I got into FS15. I actually bought the game and started playing it. Yeah, I started playing it, very close to the end of its life cycle, so I only played it for like half a year. Less than half a year. Anyways. Yeah, so, my plan was just to stay on Bjornholm forever, and again, I'm really glad I didn't do that, but as soon as I saw some of the Goldcrest Valley videos and stuff that Farming Simulator put out, throughout the end of the summer and stuff like that, the teaser videos and stuff, I'm like, okay, this is amazing. I'm gonna play this game. I'm getting this, I'm playing it, there's no, maybe I'll get 19, no. I'm getting this, I'm playing this, and from then on, it was, get the new game as soon as the stupid thing comes out. I remember I was super excited to get an FS17. As soon as I loaded up the game, it lagged like hell. And I'm just like, oh no, please don't tell me that. Because, I still am playing on a crappy laptop. But, at the time, 15 ran fine, but every now and then it would do this weird thing where it would start lagging. And to this day, I don't know why it did this or why this fix worked. But it would just start lagging. Not a lot, but enough to where it was annoying. Very annoying. And the fix was, take the battery out, blow on the battery terminal things, and then blow on the inside of the computer where the battery attaches to the computer. I forget the technical term for it, despite the fact that I've taken apart computers for the last year for scrap. Anyways, that was the fix, and it would work. After doing that once or twice. I have no idea why. It just started lagging. I don't know why that worked. Kind of strange. Doesn't really make much sense to me, but there's probably some computery thing that I don't understand that made that work. I don't know. I'm kind of an idiot when it comes to computers. Look, well, okay, I'm not, but when it comes to the really technical stuff, forget it. I really don't know. I can put together a computer. I can take apart a computer. I can tell you what everything's made of and what precious metals you're going to find in it, most likely. But, coding, that's beyond me. How the things are produced, again, that's beyond me. How any of that works, I really don't know. Okay, why is that mirror not working, but those are? I'll have to look at my settings later. Yeah, all my settings got messed up when the computer went down and I had to get a new one. So I'm just going to store these bales at the farm for now. I'll probably move them somewhere else in the future. And we can just say that we got, permission from the landowner to leave our bales there. But I'd like to get cows, pretty soon. Maybe or before episode 30, that would be nice. Again, depends on how long these episodes are and how much crap we can get done in each one. But considering the last ones have just been me harvesting a field, me baling a field, me driving around selling things, and then you having to listen to my annoying voice the entire time, I don't have too much hope for that. Anyways. Yeah, so Oops. So yeah, that's basically my history of the, playing Farming Simulator. And still my favorite game to this day. It's funny because, for the most part, unless you're watching this way in the future, currently my only subscribers, for the most part, are, some friends of mine who found out about the channel. Oops. Anyways, yeah, they really don't get it. It's really funny because a lot of them are either from the city or something like that, and they just don't understand why this is so wonderful to me. It's pretty funny, but whatever. So, yeah, it's still my favorite game to this date. I still play Minecraft and stuff here and there when I get really bored. And honestly, I think that game is kind of making a comeback, especially with the whole Corona crap thing. Yeah, I'm not going to get into that. I don't really feel like talking about politics on the channel. A, because I'd like to monetize it later on, and B, because I don't feel like starting arguments about politics. So for the most part, I'd like to keep that off of here. If it comes up, whatever, it comes up in discussion, but again, not really something I really want to talk about a lot on here, because this is a video game channel, not a politics channel. Anyways, we'll store the bales there for now. Not super realistic, because if they get rained on, they would rot and just be mulch straw. But because most of this is going to end up as bedding and in manure anyways. Oh, what have I done? Please pick up. It probably wouldn't be that much of an issue in real life. Now, the dairy farms I've worked on, they use sawdust for their bedding, which, if I'm going to be completely honest, makes it so much easier to clean out the stalls. Because if I had to clean out straw, I mean, granted, straw is, like, it's not as long and hard to move around as hay, but still, it still wouldn't be as easy as sawdust, which, just falls through the manure scoop fork thing that you have there when you're, cleaning out stalls. So, I mean, I guess straw wouldn't be that terrible, but it wouldn't be as easy as the, and I have a moth flying around my computers. That's cool. It definitely wouldn't be as easy as the sawdust. So, I think that should also be a feature, is that you could use, like, I guess it would have to be wood chips and not sawdust. But if there was a way to get sawdust, I think that'd be, an interesting bedding to use. Because I don't think that's all that common to do. Well, it is common, but, like, there's no way in Farming Simulator to do that. And I think it'd be really cool to find a way to be able to do that. To use different types of bedding for the cows rather than just straw. Either wood chips, and, in the game, if they keep, the system with wood the way it is, it would have to be wood chips, but unless they can add a sawdust, like, somehow, I think that'd be really cool to implement somehow. I'd like to see how they end up doing that. So I'm going to park this up, and then we can get to work on the fertilizing. So now that you just spent 33 minutes watching me do nothing that important, thanks for watching, guys. Anyways, now that you sat and watched me do that, which was probably an utter waste of your time. Yeah, I know, right? So positive. Anyways, now that... help if I start the worker. So, now that you've listened to me talk about nothing that's important for a very long time now, I need to get a tractor onto the, oh, you know what? No. I think I sold the other Fent. Didn't I? No. I'm an idiot. No, I have both Fents. Okay, that was really stupid. Anyways, I thought I was going to say, I think I sold the other Fent to fund the claws there, but no, I have both. And I was looking straight at them too, wow. I'm a really smart guy. Huh? No, it's just getting late. I've been up all day. I had a trip to the scrapyard today and, some other stuff that kind of wiped me out. So I'm pretty tired. And I'm trying to record a video. What a wonderful idea. Not really, but no, let's set you over a bit. So anyways, that's probably why I'm messing up a lot of things. So let's get this fent on the fertilizing, on the cultivating. Let's take a minute to appreciate this fent. Now, I've used mods for the fent fabric, since 15. But I'd kind of always wanted it to be, implemented in the game. So when I saw the fact sheet, or at least if there was a teaser video, it would have been that. But for sure, the fact sheet, I got super excited when I saw that they were adding a fent. Despite the fact that it is a European vehicle, and I get infinitely more excited about old American tractors, I like these fents for whatever reason. I like the styling. I think they're great. So I got really excited when I saw that they were adding it. Same with the Fiat. I'm like, oh, they're finally adding, more older stuff. Now, I've kind of noticed that as a trend is you start off, okay, with the exception of the Sempo Rose and the Comia C6. I'm pretty sure that's a newer combine. I don't know when it was made or when it, you know what, let's look this up. Comia C6, okay. Production. Production years. Let's see. It's not gonna say, is it? That's fun. Anyways, I was gonna look up the the years of production, but it's not there. So for the most part, which one's helper A? Lime. Alright, so let's go fill up and buy some more lime. Oh my gosh, I can't tab today. Whoa, that's wide. Anyways, with the exception of that, because again, as far as I know, that's a newer machine. It might be 90s, but I think it's 2000s. Anyways, the trend that I'm seeing, and the trend that I would like to change, is when you start up the game, FS15, you had the Hurleyman Prestige or whatever, you have the Deutz-Fahr Agrostar there. In 17 you had the 1455 XL, which I absolutely love for whatever reason. I don't know what it is about it, but I love that thing. The styling is really strange but good, if that makes any sense. You had the New Holland, and then here, this one you have the Fendt fabric here. You have the Fiat and you have the other Fendt, and in Ravenport you have the two cases. But the trend that I see is the starting equipment is older. Older like 80s or whatever. But everything else is newer. It's all, the brand new stuff that all the, companies want you to use. So I think it would be, well, if I would just pause, and I need one more. Anyways, I think it'd be really cool to see some older, larger equipment. You know what? Here, let me give you an example right now. See, look, this is all newer. It's all brand new or very new stuff. Like, I think it'd be cool to see stuff like the Schluter or the old, Ford New Hollands or whatever. Or the Big Bud stuff. Stuff like that. Older machines. Like, along with these, types of challengers, I'd like to see, stuff like this as well that you can get base game. I think that'd be really cool. To have some older, larger equipment rather than just older, starting small equipment. For the people that are interested in that. I mean, I would use it. I think a bunch of other people would use it. Anyways, this is 40 minutes, so I'm going to stop the video here. So, like, subscribe if you want, I guess. I don't really know. That's kind of the common YouTuber thing. I need to find something more creative. But it's 10 at night, and I don't feel like doing that right now. So, yeah. Thanks for watching, the 4 people that watched this, and I will see you in episode 6.